set up your portfolio. So if you haven't already, be sure you log into your Westbury Google account, and when you do, go to the Google Apps on the top right corner. From there, you're going to go to Sites. Once you get to Sites, you're going to see some templates at the top. You're going to click the one that says Student Portfolio. Once you get to the one that says Student Portfolio, please click on it. And once you do, this is what you're going to see come up. The first thing you really want to do is you want to go over to where it says Pages on the top right corner. From there, you're going to see Home, Classes, and Activities. If you click and drop down the little arrow next to where it says Classes, you'll see you have a math and an art class. So I want you to click on the art class for a moment. On this art class one, the first thing you need to do is just change what the page looks like and get rid of some of the stuff. So next to each one of these is a little trash can. You're going to do that and get rid of these pieces for the moment. Okay. So like right here, right where it says Summary, what you're going to do first is just go in here, select this, write your name. All right, don't write your name, write your actual name. And then what grade you're in. So let's say grade 10. All of this, by the way, you can select. You can do all these options too. Like I could center it. You could do bold. You can change the size. You can change the font. You can do all of this different stuff to this, okay? And then below that, just a little blurb about you, you know. Westbury High School student, you know, what you're interested in, hobbies, where you work after school, or teams you're on, or activities you're a part of, something about you. Okay, get that in there. That's the only thing that needs to be on that art page. But then after that, on the bottom right corner, there's a little plus sign. You're going to click the plus sign. When it asks for a new page name, new subpage. So what you're going to write is, you're going to write Graphic Design 2. And then you're going to hit Done. Now, when it comes up, you'll see over here, it comes up as a separate page underneath Classes right here. You're going to take this, click, hold, drag, and drop it into the art page. So it becomes now a sub-page of the art page. And then once you're there in Graphic Design 2, when you click on that, it should say Graphic Design 2, and that's all great and good, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to create some additional pages that are off of this, like an offshoot of the Graphic Design 2 page. So again, we're going to go down to the bottom, hit New Page, and what you're going to do first is you're going to do Project 1. And if you remember from what we did in class, right, for Graphic Design 2, your first project of the year, for example, was the robot that we did, right? So I'm going to go back here for a moment. Here, I'm just going to do robot, you know, basic shapes. Now you can change these titles just slightly, but I want them to relate to what the actual project was, right? So we hit Done. And then here, again, you're going to take that one, and this one should be a part of the main Graphic Design 2. So you take this one, drag and drop into here, and now that becomes a sub-page. So everything from here on out is going to be a sub-page of Graphic Design 2, and you're going to have this, okay? All the different projects in here. Now, once I'm on that Project 1 page, what I want to do is I want to go to where it says Insert on the top right. And then from there, the best thing to do is just kind of break these pieces down. You can do the 2-panel one, or you can do the 3-panel one. Really, you can, you know, do it with anything that you want. You can customize it and make it unique, but these are the two that are most often used. So for all of these different projects, what you could do is, I'll use this third one as an example. So I click it. When it comes up, you see 3 boxes with some text at the bottom. So what's going to happen with these is you're going to go into your folder, and the final PNG one that we had done in class, that one could go here. But even easier than that, the way to really do this is just open up the AI file first, the one that you were working on in class. So if you open up that file, here's an example. It's going to open up, it's going to look like this.
Hello.
Once it opens up, what you're going to do is make sure you see your layers panel like this. One sec. And when they open up like this, what you're going to do is you're going to start to pull some of these pieces and get rid of them, right? So you don't, well, anything you don't need, you can select and delete. And so some things like this, what I would do is, we want 3 stages of this whole thing, right? So I'm going to move this kind of out of the way, select the whole thing, move it out of the way. What I first want to do is take a screenshot of just this, because this is basically where we started, right? So we're going to do Command-Shift-4 and make a little selection like this, or even of just that figure. When it comes up, it shows up at the bottom corner of my screen over here. I'm going to take that and drag it into the folder. Once it gets into the folder, I'm just going to name it, and we'll call it, you know, like stage 1. Well, you know, we'll call it the drawing, right? And you can label these with a little red or something so you know which ones they are. And then I'm going to go back into Illustrator again, This time I want to show kind of the halfway point, right? So this that we worked on before, what I could do is you can do something called wireframe mode. If you do Command Y on your keyboard, you can see just the lines. I'm going to get rid of, move this over here. So like just this by itself, right? Like that. And you could do a screenshot of that. So you do Command Shift 4, make a selection of that, and then again drag that into your folder. So I'm going to drag it here. So once it comes up here, this will be cool. We'll call it outlines, drawing with basic shapes or whatever. And again, right click and label it in red. And then lastly, what you want is the fully rendered one. So when you go back to Illustrator, do Command Y again, goes back to this, and then we take a screenshot of this. So you do Command Shift 4 one last time, click and drag. You got this new one. It shows up in the corner. Drag and drop onto your into your folder. And then this is the fully rendered. We call this fully rendered like that. So you should have 3 altogether. And then what you do from your folder here is you're going to drag these fully rendered into here, outlines into here, and the stage 1 drawing into here. With each one that you pull in, you can hit this little uncrop button like this, so we can see all of it. And then at the bottom here, this little bracket of words at the very, very bottom, we can really get rid of. We don't need all of that. But then over here, you do want to say like, okay, stage 1 drawing. It's basically named the same thing that you name the file. And then this one will be called outlines, wire frame. And then this one will be called, fully rendered. Okay? So that's really how you're going to break down each of these things. So when I go back to pages now, that project 1 has that thing in it. Now, if I was to preview this whole site, you can go to the preview button at the top, and this is what it looks like, right? So if I go over to here to art, this is what the art page looks like. Then I go to graphic design 2, and the graphic design 2 page looks like, and then project 1, and so on and so on. I'm going to undo this just for a sec so I can get back to the original edit page. And if I go to the graphic design 2 page, just the graphic design 2 page, you can create some links here that link to those project pages. So you just go to insert, and you can go to something like text box. And once the text box comes up, you just hit link. And when you hit link, you can link it. So I can link this to the project 1 page and hit apply. It puts the name in here. You can select the name, bold it, change the font. You can, center it, all that stuff, resize it. Let's say I make it like a 36 or something, or 30. So now this, if I was to preview this whole page, if you're on this page, this is a link now to this page. So you can either get it here on the left-hand side when you click on the website, or you can go here, and that will allow you into that page. So you're going to continue to do that for all your projects. You go back to pages, you hit the plus sign, you call this one, for example, project 2. And what was project 2? If you go back to your folder, project 2 was the the avatar looking face piece, right? So it's the same thing. You got to open up this one, and then you got to do all those different parts with the screenshots of this one, so that you have those 3 that you could then bring in to that new page. So this, we're going to call this one avatar. We'll say avatar of famous face. Right? Hit done. Pull this one, remember, into graphic design 2. There it is. Click on it. Insert. 3-page thing. And then you start to go back in your folder, and just like we said before, you're going to start pulling these into here, right? Just like that. And then again, you can name it fully rendered, wireframe or base colors, wireframe, however you want to break it down, and how you can kind of break this down. Okay, so that's what you're going to be doing, and you can do that for all your projects throughout the year, so that by the end you will have a fully completed portfolio website. Remember, okay? And always go to graphic design 2 and link. Just add inserts of text boxes and hit link, and then link this one to the project 2 and apply and select, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And you just keep doing the same steps, and it's really just a lot of clicking around, but it does a nice job of getting us where we need to be, so things look good. Okay, and you can constantly update it. And when you are complete, you're done and you're ready to publish this thing, all you have to do is go to the top right corner and hit publish. Once you hit publish, you can add your name. Once you hit add your name, okay, you can hit publish. And once you hit publish, okay, all you have to do to share it with me is go to the little share button up top, hit copy publish site link, this one right here, and then when you go back into Google Classroom and you go to the portfolio thing in classwork, you can go to my portfolio, click on this, and when you say view instructions, you can attach. Remember, usually we do insert from file. You can do insert link, and when insert link comes up, you just paste the link that you just copied from the sites page. If you have any problems with that, let me know and I'll help you through it.